Hey, that's the first time the Xbox made a noise. It was only for a couple seconds.
Yeah, because you cleaned it. Cyrus cleaned it. You all
It
cleaned
was a
it.
group effort.
He pulled it apart.
Group effort.
I just blew it.
Nice.
With the air
That's
compressor
odd.
that David provided.
And my mouth.
Nice. And with that, welcome to the Cockroach Podcast. It's episode 63. That's pretty good.
60. That means it's a 63rd one.
Yeah. Number
63.
60. No, that's, I don't know. I don't speak Spanish.
It's got a big number.
Bye. All right. How's it going, Barn Door?
It's going good. It's my Xbox is clean.
Yeah.
Good job cleaning your
that was
Xbox,
fun.
Brian.
Thanks, Cyrus, for breaking open my Xbox and ruining the warranty that was expired 4 years ago.
It does wonders when you just throw it at the ground really hard.
How's it going, Colton?
I'm here.
Fucking A.
Not bad.
Here.
What's that? I
It's not bad.
interrupted you. Not bad. Good stuff. How you doing, Cyrus?
Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb? What
Yep.
about him?
He's still playing for the Packers.
Yep.
Yep.
He's not. He
Shut
has,
up.
from the clips I saw, he made some flubs.
Yeah, we're
Green
Huskers
Bay.
fans now.
Huskers.
Yeah, Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Okay. Well, it's all about that corn. Welcome, Sierra. How you doing?
Hello. I'm all right. How are you?
Good. What's been going on this week?
It's
It's football time again.
yeah, it's football season.
It's been interesting watching the first week. I haven't seen any of it actually, but I've heard all the talk
Oh boy.
from you guys. It's
Honestly, since I'm upset that the Bears beat the Niners, but fuck no Bears. They goddamn came out of the gun for starting the season.
The Bears.
The Bear. Hopefully.
The Bears.
Yeah, I have unfortunately been at work for like literally all of
But
the
they also
games.
beat Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, I'm at
The
work.
Bears.
I'm at work when all the games are on, and now they don't stream them over the air on like regular stations anymore. It's
I
all
have,
weird.
The Bears.
It's called Yahoo Sports, and I can watch all the games on there.
Not anymore.
Not this year.
No, really?
Not this year.
NFL
yeah.
started their own streaming platform, and you have to pay $5 a month to watch all your
Okay.
local games.
I still
Yeah.
get like play-by-plays.
Yeah, it'll still give you like the top-down view as the game's
Yeah,
going
I
and give you
get-
the updates, but you can't actually tune into the live footage.
Yeah, I have the Raiders like
all
favorited.
favorited. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I get literally like play-by-play notifications for all of their games. So that's
Yeah,
nice.
those are nice.
I get that for the Niners one. So on Niners games, I get off of work and I look at my phone and go, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, the NFL
Because then I watch
decided
the highlights.
that instead of being very convenient for the consumer, they decided to just say, fuck it, pay us.
Yeah. They were like, oh, everyone's going under a streaming platform? So are we. And guess what? We're going under 3 of them.
They basically said, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
well, you can watch it on your phone for free. How about you pay us $5 to watch it on your phone now?
Because what is it? Thursday night games are now broadcast on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
That's it.
I know that Hulu has.
That's the only one on a streaming service.
What's
No,
Sunday and
Hulu-
Monday now?
Just on NBC, and then if it's in market, it'll broadcast on ABC. If not, you got to be...
That's right. You can
have to
still
have
see it over the
ESPN.
air.
Well,
yeah.
Hulu has that whole ass commercial.
Yeah,
of a
if you have
football player,
if you have
has,
if you have Hulu Live, you can
sports.
watch
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football. I'm pretty sure on Hulu now.
Or get an antenna.
Which honestly, with this season, I'm either gonna get Hulu Live to watch football on it, or I'm gonna get a Peacock subscription to watch football
Or you
My
can get an
parents have
antenna.
a Peacock
Because they
subscription
blast all the games over the air.
specifically
on
because they
Nintendo.
can watch.
Like on what?
Nintendo? What? An antenna?
I straight up thought you were saying Nintendo. The
I
whole
was like,
time.
oh, sorry, no, an antenna. So
Okay, yeah.
'cause it-
I need to get an antenna, yeah,
Well,
to
I
get
have
the local
Cyrus's
games.
antenna right now, and it doesn't even work on my TV. So
football blasts over the air, except for Thursday nights now that it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Basically, Amazon is paying $1 billion a year to stream their games exclusively to Amazon Prime, except for bars. Now, DirecTV Business can stream the games to like bars and businesses because you have all these people nationwide that can't stream the games because of
Yeah, because
legality reasons. You
Yeah.
have to sign contracts to be able to air television in a bar
That's-
and play certain music in a bar.
yeah, like their Thursday night crowd, like. If I was a bar owner or a business owner that played the football games on Thursday nights, I would have been like, "They did what?"
It is
Like that
yeah.
fucking sucks for people
if
like
you're a
that.
business and you haven't signed any contracts to play any kind of music in your restaurant, if you like hook up an aux cord to your phone and play Spotify, technically illegal, and you
So
can get
can-
fined heavily for it.
can we
Wow.
still go to B-Dubs?
Well, B-Dubs, if they've got Touch Tunes and they signed a contract with Touch Tunes, and then probably got it. Yeah, but yeah, there's like a bunch of stupid legal speak that you have to do to be able to broadcast stuff in a business. It's ridiculous. It's all stupid.
Yeah.
Even to play
It's
the
like-
radio.
It's like how the last 15 years, every NFL broadcast that ever started is like, everything, whatever is owned by the NFL. Any copy or whatever is prohibited. It's like, now they're really fucking cracking down. It's like, shit, don't you guys want people to watch the game? Like, fuck.
Well, they want them to watch it when
When
they're
they paid
getting
money
paid.
for it, yeah,
Yeah.
they don't want to broadcast it for free. It's not a pastime anymore. It's like, it's entertainment. Pay for it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can watch the Amazon Prime games on Twitch only if you have an NFL Plus subscription, which is the $5 a month to watch the games on your phone and shit.
I saw something at UPS today when I went, and someone was returning like a box for Amazon Prime NFL bundle for Thursday nights.
Yep.
It's
They-
like a VCR or something.
They
for it?
have a whole tab now. I think it's like a fan package, and it comes with a streaming stick. But basically, they have a whole page now on Amazon dedicated to watching your favorite team, and they take you to a storefront that has a bunch of different like merchandise that you can purchase for your team.
That's crazy.
Basically, they're just marketing the shit out of it.
Yeah.
If I knew Amazon's game plan, they're gonna try and acquire as many NFL games as they can. But
Yeah.
right now, they're starting with Thursday Night Football.
And I'm
Well,
not gonna
they
pay
should-
$5 for it.
They should make a lot of money on Thanksgiving, right? Isn't Thanksgiving
No.
usually
Thanksgiving is
if it's on Thursday?
they play one game on each of the over the air networks. There's one game on CBS, one game on Fox, and then the last game is on
Yeah,
NBC.
sorry. For some reason, I thought that Thanksgiving was always a Thursday game, and I was like, wait, no, that's not right.
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. The problem with Monday Night Football, why it sucks to watch, is because you need a cable subscription to watch ESPN. If you have ESPN Plus, you can't watch some Monday Night Football. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
I don't see why they need even more money.
It's because ESPN is still locked into a huge contract with cable providers, especially DirecTV. Or not DirecTV. DirecTV owns NFL Red Zone.
There's still plenty of,
Oh, wow.
especially of the older
That's why my
generation of
parents
people.
had DirecTV for a while.
NFL
Yeah.
Red Zone? If you've
Yeah.
never heard of NFL Red Zone, it's 10 hours of commercial-free football.
Yeah.
Once the games start to the end of Sunday Night Football, no commercials. It's just a guy. So basically, on Sunday, what happens is there's a bunch of games going on at the same time. They basically put a game on the screen where somebody's about to score. And then if somebody scores, they shorten the screen, they bring up a bigger screen, and they show the touchdown that just happened in a game. So basically, you watch every touchdown that happens that day.
Damn.
Oh wow.
That's sick.
So I think,
Actually.
yeah, so last week there was like 60, I think 70-something touchdowns, and you were able to watch them all over the course of 10 hours.
Yeah, my parents currently have the AT&T. My parents currently have the AT&T cable, and that plays pretty good football games on it.
Yeah.
But they also did get a Peacock subscription so that they could see the games on there.
Yeah. I'm honestly thinking about, like I was saying, either Peacock or Hulu Live. Just
Why do
'cause-
people they're so resistant to buying just bunny ears for their TV?
Well, then there's well, for the daily games, for the ones before I go to work, those would be it. But I would never be able to catch the Sunday night games because I work Sunday nights.
I also
That's fair.
feel like people definitely from like our generation aren't very keen to using antennas.
Analog
because
things.
We've never had to.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
it's always been digital and
Fuck
streamed.
yes.
There's never been an analog. Like this generation really doesn't know turning on the TV and what's on is on. You don't get to
Yeah.
pick. You have your channels to pick from, but what's on is on.
Right.
You know,
Gen
like-
Z, if you're listening, you can use a fucking antenna. You don't have to pay for
there
shit.
do you guys remember when that whole fucking spiel happened when it looked like over the air shit was going bad because everyone had to buy a digital converter box for their fucking antenna TVs?
It's because they were
sw-
changing the airwaves to allow
to a digital airwaves.
digital
yeah.
airwaves that allowed for higher
The
quality picture to
yeah,
be
the
blasted.
picture looks better.
There's so many cool ways to get free shit now without paying for cable. Because I remember growing up, I used to think, oh, cable was the end all, and then it very, very quickly switched to the streaming wars. And even if you don't have, you're not subscribed to anything, you can still watch free TV. So say, for example, you go out and buy an HD TV. If you buy a Samsung TV, they allow you to stream a bunch of channels for free just for having an internet connection. Or you can download Pluto and you can watch whatever shit programming they got on there. They've got good things on sometimes. But then there's like a Wild and Out channel that plays Wild and Out 24 hours a day. And like, if you watch a quick episode of Wild and Out, that's fine. But I couldn't imagine sitting there for hours watching Wild and Out.
It's like ridiculousness.
I mean, there's
3
like,
episodes max.
That's just
Sorry.
that's just
Literally.
MTV. If you,
Yeah.
Oh man,
exactly. MTV,
That's a good call.
we were
Yeah.
staying in a hotel and we went to MTV and all they played was ridiculousness.
It's
we
like-
didn't see a
yeah.
single thing other than ridiculousness.
like we don't watch cable anymore, but if you go over and you scroll to like Nickelodeon, all they
Yeah.
play is SpongeBob and the Loud House.
What's the Loud
Hey.
House?
Cable or satellite in over 5 years.
There's no need
The
to.
Loud House is like a newer cartoon.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Not really. It's definitely aimed for like Gen Z kids.
The problem with
but,
the
like,
show is that it is the only show that has even come close to doing what SpongeBob did, which is,
Right.
you know,
Creativity. story.
creativity and mostly people watching it. Like, because The Fairly Odd Parents was always a very popular show for Nickelodeon. That's why they kept it going long after it should have ended.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we're just going to keep introducing new characters to get people watching. The Loud House performed way better than The Fairly Odd Parents
Yeah.
up until
Okay.
its end.
Oddly fair parents.
The Oddly Fair Darrens.
Because it's a
Pickleberg.
and they even tried to reboot the Fairly Odd Parents, and it's just shit. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like Disney and Nickelodeon both have just been trying to like redo all of their old movies and old shows, and it just
Yeah.
doesn't turn out the right way. And all of the older Gen Z and even the millennials are getting really upset about it because, like, I mean,
I don't think
redid-
millennials are watching Nickelodeon.
Well, yeah, but a lot of millennials have like Disney Plus, and
Yeah.
like they just redid Under Wraps, which was one of my favorite Disney movies growing up, and they completely botched it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really excited for like the new Hocus Pocus that's coming out because that's one of my favorite movies, but I'm really nervous that they're going to completely botch it.
Oh, they'll fuck it up. Don't worry.
Yeah. It's
I'm
almost
gonna
guaranteed
be-
now.
I mean, did
So
you
many
watch the
people-
Fairly Odd Parents reboot?
Exactly.
It's
It's
Man,
horrible.
they decided to take like, you remember what Dan Schneider would do with Nickelodeon shows where they would be kind of over the top but realistic and they talk about real world problems?
Right.
They decided to take that angle
Okay.
with the show and they mixed the animation with putting in CGI Cosmo and Wanda and stuff like that.
Like the movie with Drake Bell.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
But it's a
Yeah,
little
but-
bit more ridiculous.
Wow.
And the
It's
problem is that Dan Schneider was like the only guy that was able to effectively write a Nickelodeon sitcom because people cared about Zoe 101, people cared about Drake and Josh, and people cared
Invader
about
Zim
iCarly.
and her the Florpus was good though.
I'm
Correct.
Or at
pretty
least
sure.
I enjoyed it.
I'm
And I
pretty
mean-
sure the one of the producers, if not one of the creators of Invader Zim, is one of the same guys that did the Fairly Odd Parents and not Jimmy Neutron, but a bunch of those. Danny Phantom is what I'm
Yes.
thinking about. Danny Phantom and Fairly
Butch
Odd Parents.
Hartman.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah,
That guy knows how to make a
He also
cartoon.
did the dog one.
Tough Puppy.
Tough
Puppy. That
yeah.
one. That's the one with Jeremy Trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he
Yeah.
was doing one final one. I think they were about to kickstart it, and then he was fired from Nickelodeon.
Wow.
Basically, just kind of let go because they just
Well, because there's so much.
why not?
There's
It's-
so much stuff
Well,
about
it's-
Dan Schneider that's come out, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
absolutely insane. Like, I feel uncomfortable watching, because of everything that's come out. About
Random dancing.
Oh God.
Everything that's come out about him, I feel uncomfortable sometimes watching like Victorious and Zoe 101 and iCarly because there's so much shit about like feet.
There is blatant fucking
There's
feet on it.
blatant
Yeah.
stuff. Like there's literally a video of Ariana Grande trying
Yeah.
to suck her toes.
Yeah.
Like it's
Okay, but who hasn't?
absolutely insane to me.
Random
the tip.
dancing was an iCarly skit, and also Dan Schneider's Green Room.
My
Huh.
God, Cyrus.
We go back and watch all of
But,
the
like,
old Twitter videos
even
that they put up on a Nickelodeon, like the casting. Like I remember the famous one is always they said, "Take a picture of your feet and send it to us, and maybe we'll put it in an episode of iCarly, or Sam and Cat or whatever."
Yeah. No, it was iCarly because they did that episode of them like putting like faces on their toes. And that's when they like put it on Twitter to send in like submissions, and that shit's gross. Like, you're telling kids to send pictures of their feet and you know what kind of audience that's going to go to. And
Yeah.
like it's the same thing with the Amanda show.
Quentin Tarantino.
Hi, I'm Quentin Tarantino,
It's the same thing with the Amanda show. Like,
directed and written by Derek Tino.
there's so much in that show, and like everybody makes fun of Amanda Bynes because she's so crazy and like she's
Amanda
fucked
Bynes
up.
is crazy.
But you have to understand that there's a reason for that. Like, she literally lived with Dan Schneider.
It's like with Jeanette McCurdy. She just if I don't remember how recently she put out the book, but the book's literally
About
called
a month ago.
I'm glad my mom died because her mom forced her into the acting shit and she fucking hated every minute of it. Yeah.
She talks a lot about Dan Schneider and about the shit.
No. She talks a lot about the man.
The man.
She never explicitly stated Dan Schneider in the book and did not name drop him once, but it's heavily
when she wrote it, she probably did, and then the editor went, "Okay, we can't say his name that many times."
She probably thought about that.
But
it'd be a fun court case because imagine
she-
sitting there, Dan Schneider trying to sue Jeanette McCurdy for like libel and slander and trying to ruin his name, and then you have to get everybody on mic to go, Dan Schneider, you're a piece of shit, and then you have, oh man.
But like even just the direction that Nickelodeon's going, like the people that made Avatar, they now have their own studio and they're making the live action version for
the TV show.
That's coming to Netflix soon, the live action adaptation of it that is hopefully going to be better than The Last Airbender because
that movie
we don't talk
sucked.
about that movie.
Oh my god.
We can talk about it.
Oh, we can talk about it, but only in bad ways.
Ong, come here, Ong.
I watched it in the drive-in.
Is it?
And I
that
was
terrible?
so upset because I grew up watching.
I saw it in
Avatar,
theaters like
The
a
Last
week it came
Airbender,
out.
and-
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what happened is Avatar: The Last Airbender ended on season 3 because there's 3 books.
Okay.
Yes.
For the story, it's the book of water, the book of earth, and the book of fire.
It goes in the cycle of the elements in the Avatar.
And it's Aang learning each of the elements. So what they decided to do for the movie was they were like, okay, we are going to tell the story of Aang in an hour and a half, and we're going to have M. Night Shyamalan direct it.
The movie
Fuck M.
only
Night
took place
Shyamalan.
in book 1. It was the entirety of book 1.
The entirety of book 1 because they were intending it to be a 3-part movie series.
Yeah, there were supposed to be 3 movies. Yeah.
The first part was so
Supposed to
bad
be.
and critically panned so hard that I think they pulled it like 2 weeks after it hit theaters. It was so bad that Nickelodeon just kind of went,
There was
we're
so
going to
many
take that away
things.
from you.
The fact that the firebenders had to have an actual flame in front of them to bend it, and then at the in the end of when Iroh fucking spat fire and like turned against the Fire Nation, they're like, he's making fire with his chi, and I was just like, yeah, like they do in the show.
They also called him Ung the whole movie.
Yeah.
M. Night
And he was
Shyamalan
played by a
pisses me
woman.
off.
That was a woman?
Yes.
Really?
No
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, it's a girl that plays Aang.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Correct.
No, M. Night Shyamalan really pisses me off. Because he takes a lot of like mental health disorders and puts a stigma on them. Like with Split.
Like popularizes it, yeah.
No, like with Split, he like
Split's
put
terrific.
such a stigma. It's a good movie, and I'm not gonna deny that. But
It was you put your arm over your mouth and it was still just
Whale heard you eating, David.
but
Can't escape.
he put such a stigma on people with DID.
Yeah.
And he made people scared of people with DID.
It made a lot of people not understand what it actually
Exactly.
is. Yeah.
And like with his newest movie, Old.
Haven't heard of that one.
Oh my god! So that it's a newer movie. I own it if you want to watch it. But
Okay.
because with Voodoo you have to like if you
Standpoint.
Yeah.
You got it.
But with Old, they put a stigma on somebody who has schizophrenia, and they make him
Okay.
a murderous person, and not. Yes, sometimes it's very rare, but sometimes with schizophrenia, they can end up being violent.
Me and Colton are very aware of schizophrenic people.
Right. But in most cases, if they're medicated and they know what they have, they're not violent. And this movie made people scared of people with schizophrenia.
It's
I
like
didn't see the movie.
it's like Jaws with sharks, honestly. You know, it's like a
Exactly.
different age. It's like it went
More
from
people get killed by cows per year than
Old is the schizophrenic version of Jaws. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that like the way that you know how movies have people have always like the older the movie gets, people go like, okay, that's not scary nowadays, but when it came out, it was terrifying. It's gone from Frankenstein, which was horrifying, and then Jaws came out. No one swam in the ocean now,
Oh my God,
and
The
now
Exorcist?
and The Exorcist came out. People stopped believing in God. That was when shit really went down.
Yeah.
And then
And then they got rid of the mental hospital.
Poor 1976.
You know what I mean? It's just like it's just kind of a trend that I see in movies. It's like the horror kind of steps itself up, and then a decade later, it's just like that's just normal in society now. Like, people just get bit by sharks. Like,
Remember The Conjuring and like the stir that movie caused?
oh
for,
my
like, a week?
god!
And then everyone went, "Wow, that's where it's gonna end." And then they made like 3 more movies, and then made a whole sister like label of movies, and they were able to branch it into the Conjuring universe. They're like, "This is the evil doll that was in the movie, and here's La Llorona, and she apparently sucked off somebody that was in The Conjuring 2, and that's how they
Annabelle.
And then Annabelle was there too.
Oh god.
I haven't even seen La Llorona because I was really, really disappointed with The Nun. I did like the first Conjuring movie, however, it did make me laugh. Like, really hard. I don't know what it is, but when people are flying across the fucking room,
Okay, yeah.
I cannot stop laughing. And there's that scene where she's in the cellar,
Yeah.
and they're like, put her down, and they drop her on her head.
I was
And
about
I'm
to
like,
say
oh my
that
fucking god.
Because like that, when I watched that movie the first time, every time I thought it was gonna scare me, it didn't, and that's what really got me, and that's what I liked about it. Because it fucking built it up, and it was like, oh, it's gonna scare me right here, and it's like, oh, it didn't. And then when you least expect it, it fucking got you. But like you said, that scene when it fucking dropped you, it's like, or not dropped her. It's like the fucking scene in what is it Hereditary, where the mom's just banging her head on the
Oh my
fucking.
God.
Yeah. It's a really
Or
scary
even-
scene,
even
but then
when
it
she
gets to
sawing
just
her head off. It's so funny to me.
just.
I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast, but like, you guys have ever seen a movie where it's like a very serious part and you're not supposed to be laughing, but you're laughing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
When Glenn got smacked over the head and Walking
Yep.
Dead.
Oh my god, I thought that was funny.
No.
I laughed. I watched it with Sadie and her mom, and I forget who else was there, but they were all just like, and I went.
Yeah, I know.
I
I
laughed-
need to figure out how to use video editing software, because when he got bopped in the head the first time, it needs like a bonk sound effect where he goes boom, and he looks over and goes, "Hey, you guys!" before he gets his
Holy
brains beaten.
fuck. Oh my god. I actually was
phone.
really, really into The Walking Dead when that happened, and Glenn was
I
my
was
favorite
too, yeah.
character.
That
So I was-
sucks.
I was
You didn't read the
pretty-
source material.
I did not read the source
No.
material. So, however, I did know
He deserved
that
it.
Glenn was supposed to die before he died.
Gerald wasn't supposed to be a
I knew
character.
that Abraham
Abraham,
was
I almost
supposed
said
to die.
Sebastian.
Yeah, Abraham was supposed
So,
to be the only guy
I
to die by him.
figured-
There,
exactly.
yeah.
It was it was
So-
a cop out by the TV show. It basically they killed Abraham as like, oh, Glenn was spared. It's different than the comics, and then he turned around and smacked Glenn. So
Exactly.
people
Yeah.
that read the comics, it pretty much just ripped their heart out because they went,
Exactly.
oh,
They thought that everyone else was gonna live. Yeah.
Because so that's what I thought, because I like before that episode came out, because that was the first episode of the new season, and so I was like fucking terrified that Glenn was gonna die because he was my favorite character. And so I was like reading on Reddit and Twitter and like Google and everything said that Abraham was gonna die. And so when Abraham died, I was
He went out like
okay.
a man. He had that was one of the best
Right.
deaths in the show. He went
Sasha
out like a-
dying really fucked me up.
Who
But
was Sasha?
Sasha was the black girl who was dating Abraham.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Um,
Yeah.
but like she
Jesus.
died in the fucking coffin.
Carl
Like,
dies.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Carl dies. Yeah, that fucked me up too. That's when
I didn't
stopped-
make it that far. I just
That
found
is
out
when
one
I
day.
stopped
Yeah.
I
watching.
think
It's inevitable.
I think the episode when Carl died was actually like the last episode of The
Well, 'cause
Walking Dead that
it
I
was
sat down
so-
and watched.
It was so
How did he
sad.
die?
He
Well,
got bit, and so he showed them the bite, and they left him a silence pistol, and they walked out of the house. And the end of the episode is them sitting on the porch, and you just hear a silence gunshot, and then Rick fucking just like breaks down and goes to black.
Yeah. And then Rick isn't even in the fucking show anymore.
Yeah, Rick was
Yeah.
killed off too.
Yep.
He was killed?
He wasn't
Yeah.
killed off. He just left.
Dead.
Oh.
He blew up on the bridge. He blew up on the bridge.
He left.
He went
and
with
there-
that bridge. The bridge
No,
blew up.
Because I've heard that they're actually planning
bridge,
on
big
making
bloaty.
a sideshow with Rick to show him after the fact of him leaving.
Rick
Because who's
dead.
the only last of the original now? It's just Daryl and Caroll now, right? If Carol's not
Fuck
dead.
Caroll.
Carol's awesome.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
Have you
Just
seen
look at the flowers.
first seasons?
Yeah, she's the smartest person.
Oh my god.
With what Carol went through with all of it out of it,
Yeah.
it's no shock that she was a fucking out of
She's
it
the
person.
Jeanette McCurdy of the Walking Dead universe.
Fuck. Oh my god. Title? What's her name? Is Jeanette?
Carol's
McCurdy?
the Jeanette McCurdy of the Walking Dead universe.
That's fucking funny.
Okay, well,
Oh
she killed
shit.
that kid.
Just look at the
Yeah,
flowers.
shit
Kid had it coming.
happens.
He saw the train heist.
Well, she killed the kid because she killed her sister.
They said no
That's
witnesses.
true.
Like that's why she was trying to keep both the kids alive, and then she woke up one morning and she was just like, she seems sick, so I killed her. And she went, okay, look at the flowers.
I'm
It
watching.
was like a Lenny situation. Have you ever seen Of Mice and Men?
No.
Oh my god. So that's a really good movie.
Look at the flowers.
This guy is like mentally disabled, and he does a couple bad things, and he doesn't realize that they're bad because he is mentally disabled. And his brother, who is not mentally disabled, after Lenny accidentally kills somebody.
Remember when the governor killed Herschel?
Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm scrolling through clips. No, Rick died. I'm looking at his death right now.
Cheeky Jar Jar dude.
Diggy diggy dig. We were talking about that the other night.
But in Of Mice and Men, he tells him, so the entire movie he tells him about rabbits and how they're gonna be living with rabbits and they're so nice, and the last thing that Lenny says is, tell me about the rabbits, because he's upset. And his brother is telling him about the rabbits when he shoots him in the head.
Wait.
Because he understands that what he did was wrong.
Oh jeez.
So he shoots his brother in the head.
Dude, Flowers for Algernon ended differently than I thought.
Look at the flowers, Algernon.
Look at the look, Algernon. He saw the flowers.
Algernon ended the same way it started. Dude just not vibing. His vibes were off. Yeah. Brandon, would you disagree with that statement?
He failed the vibe check.
Oh my god.
Charlie, you failed the vibe check.
After you guys, if you all of you probably had to read that book or read that book in school. Did you? Any of your teachers show you the movie?
No, I
No.
failed that
Wait,
one.
what movie?
There's a movie of Flowers for Algernon.
Oh, I
Yeah.
never even had to read that.
I think we watched
Really?
it after we read the
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, we
But I
watched
didn't
it
read the
after we read
book.
the book.
So the only two books that I had to read in high school where I watched the movie.
It wasn't high school. It was
It was middle
it was
school.
elementary or
Oh,
middle school.
You
yeah.
did not
yeah,
read that
I
book in
never-
elementary.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was. That's,
Oh my
God.
That's why I put that time
I
span.
was like, hold up.
I read The Outsiders and then watched the movie, and that is to this day the best book to movie rendition that I have ever seen.
You didn't watch Cell.
They have
Sal?
Cell.
Cell.
Stephen King's Cell. It's a terrible movie. I'm gonna be outright with it.
Oh,
It was,
okay.
it was awful.
That's the
All
reason
right.
why I haven't seen it. I actually love Stephen King, but the Outsiders is the best book to movie rendition that I've ever seen. The only thing that they leave out of that entire movie is the opening fight scene. Right?
Okay.
But they give in the movie, Ponyboy and Johnny both have like scars on their faces and scabs and everything, showing that
Johnny's
they
dead.
were beaten up. Showing that they were beaten up to begin with.
Yeah.
So like it does kind of touch on it, but it doesn't have that beginning fight scene. But it has literally everything else in the movie that's in the book. And that's why I will 100% always love that book, always love that movie. The only other book that I had to read in school that I watched the movie was Children
Children of the Corn.
Children of the Cobb.
Lord of the Flies.
I never had to read that one. A bunch of other kids always
Wix
read
made
Lord
me
of the
read that
Flies.
It's
one.
pretty much just about a bunch of shitty British children that
That's what I've
get
heard.
stranded on an
I've
island
seen
that
I've seen
becomes
the
shitty.
episode of The Simpsons that makes fun of it, and I've been like, oh, that's what it's about.
No, it's
The
really
book-
fucked up.
the book-
It's like really fucked up.
Yeah, the book constantly gets misrepresented as children just being awful, and it's more about primary school children in Britain just being the worst because of the way that the system brings them up. So the author was just mad at Britain at the time, and he was like, what if I
No,
wrote a
really.
book that projected how I feel that
Like-
British school children are, where they all get into an island and all they want to do is kill each other for power?
No, 'cause,
Because
like,
someone ate the fucking
first-
Doritos.
The first kid who dies, I mean, in my recollection, is the fat kid.
Piggy.
That's what it
They
was in
call
the
him
that was what it was
Piggy,
in the Simpsons
they-
episode because
Yeah.
it was
I got a story.
forget who it was. It was Ralph or one of the other kids, but they ate all the snacks, and they were like, I didn't eat it. It was a monster. It was no, it was the German kid. It was the German kid or something. No, it wasn't Ralph.
I'm in danger.
I can't forget who it was, but as you described the book, I just see the clips of the Simpsons episode.
So we were talking earlier about moments in like movies where you're not supposed to laugh. My dad always told me. He said the scene that he had, he went and saw it when Greenbrae, where they have the Sparks Christian Fellowship. They used to be a movie theater.
No way.
Huh.
Yeah, it was $1 to go in on Tuesday nights and go watch a movie. So he went in with his friends and shit like that, and they went to go see Lord of the Flies because it just came out. And the scene where Piggy dies, they throw the big rock at him. I guess my dad was the only person in the theater just dying laughing. The way the rock hit him, it was kind of like a bonk moment.
Okay, so in the new It, in the
Yikes.
first part of the new It, when Henry Bowers gets hit in the head with a rock, I fucking died. Like, I laughed so hard.
Georgie deserved it.
People getting
Are
hit
you
in the
kidding me? Do not say
when
that.
people
Out
get
like
hit in the head with a rock or anything in movies, it's honestly just kind of funny because they're actually not getting hit with something, so they have to act that force, so it just makes it look more cartoonish. Like no one,
Like Gwen Stacy.
no one's actually going over with someone and beating the shit out of someone with a real bat. Like they're gonna have to actually go, even if they got hit with a foam and be like, oh, it would hurt.
What was that movie called?
He just goes.
Lord of the Flies.
He just goes like.
Yeah.
So would that be the inverse of like the Amazing Spider-Man 2, where Gwen Stacy hits the rock instead of the rock hitting her?
Well, that was more so she hit the ground at the worst possible second.
Did you watch Black Adam where the rock is hitting people? Like, does that count?
I haven't seen Black Adam. No.
What
Darn
is
it,
Black
okay.
Adam?
It's the rock. It's one of the Rock's new movies, and he's like a superhero.
Yeah, DC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Plays Black Adam.
Is it good?
I don't watch very many superhero movies.
was all right.
The new Thor is
thing-
awesome.
the
It's
thing-
weird because I like horror movies, but I don't like action movies.
So the thing about Black Adam is that The Rock, like, Henry Cavill, when he played Superman, they kind of buff up his suit and like make it look textured and shit like that. They probably just took The Rock and put him in the most skin tight suit ever and went, yeah, he looks like a superhero.
Because he's a bodybuilder.
He's a bodybuilder.
He
And
was just in a CG suit the whole time.
yeah, he was actually naked the entire process.
He
They were
just
like,
had
we
the
just-
little green dots on him to make.
They just grabbed their eyedropper tool and they were like, all right, we're just going to layer some superhero suit on him. The director's like, no, he has to be naked. Stan Schneider, he directed it.
Oh my fucking god.
Snyder's cut.
With his feet.
Bro.
Schneider's Bakery.
Oh.
That's good.
Remember that at the end of the thing? It would just be like an oven. It's just like, Schneider's Bakery.
Yep.
It just came out of the oven.
That was his production studio. Because even if he wasn't directly involved with things, he would oversee the production of some of the other TV shows under his bakery.
Wow.
What's she cooking up
Every
this
time I think about like opening or ending scenes like that, I just think hi, I'm Caroll from
Paul.
Jimmy Neutron.
I am Paul.
Paul.
Oh, it's Paul?
I am Paul.
Okay.
I'm Paul. Yeah.
I haven't seen Jimmy Neutron in a long time.
That sucks.
I just think of the three-eyed monkey.
I watch Boy Genius every night.
Religiously.
Religiously, it's on repeat.
I mean, I have Paramount Plus, so
I watch
could
Attack of the Twonkies to go to sleep.
I have the video game on
I
PS2.
can't watch Coraline to fall asleep.
Hey, we're all Xbox players, right?
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2 beta is out right now for people that, open beta.
Oh.
PlayStation
open?
only.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, next weekend it comes to Xbox, but this weekend PlayStation
still
users
open?
are. Yeah, it's gonna be open next weekend.
Cool.
So
That's
we'll
cool, though.
we'll try out some Modern Warfare 2 and we gotta record something.
Yeah, as long as I don't have to pre-order it.
Yo, it looks good. And instead of sliding, you can dolphin dive in the game.
Okay.
They brought
They
back the
brought
dolphin.
back the dive.
The dolphin dive.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of... Well, yeah, that'll be cool to see.
We gotta do some cool stuff with that game.
Can't wait to see how motherfuckers exploit that.
The dolphin dive.
Dude, do you think I'll be able to do the fucking slippery snake glitch again?
Probably not, but there will be something
I'm a
equally as
snake.
funny.
I'm a slurry little
Oh,
sneaky
look at
snake.
that.
They were showing off some game modes. It looks pretty cool. They have one. It's like a search and destroy type game mode where everyone gets one life, but when you're dead and you're on the floor, somebody can just come by and revive you.
Okay.
Huh.
It's kind of like dodgeball from Gears of War, except you have to revive people instead of killing somebody to bring somebody back.
Huh.
And dodgeball in Gears of War was awesome because if it was 5-1, if you were able to pop off 2 real quick kills,
Damn.
it's very quickly a 3-3 game.
Damn. That's cool.
I don't know. They're adding a third-person mode, just like there was in the original Modern Warfare 2, where you're able to run around in third person.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
They're doing some spectacular things.
Well,
Halo
I'm
1.
excited to see a new Call of Duty, and hopefully it
I have
improves
it
on
pre-ordered on PC. I get in the beta on the 22nd.
Heck
good
yeah.
shit. I
That-
hope it's good.
That would be
I
next Thursday, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah,
Oh my
buddy.
God.
5 days.
I know you're excited for it.
Days
Yeah.
are going
Oh, I'm
by way
fucking
too
hyped.
quick.
They're bringing back a proximity chat too.
Oh, word.
Nice.
Yep. So it's gonna be a wild ride, and I hope everybody hops on mics.
What is
Just start talking
proximity
shit.
chat?
It makes it so that when you're in a game with somebody, you can't actually hear them unless your characters are like close to each other, like we are in a room.
Oh, okay.
You could kind of use it to your advantage to find other people in a way.
They have
Yeah.
that on Fortnite.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. And I mean, like I said, I just hope it's a really what we're looking for. A new
Needs to be
Modern
fun.
Warfare, but a continuation on the improvements on the base
It-
game.
Yeah, because the thing about 2019 was it's very different from every other Call of Duty game that we've received, even
Right.
with the past 2 games that we've gotten. Modern
Yeah.
Warfare feels different. They're trying to take what they built with that and try to make it feel more like a traditional Call of Duty, but also keep the style that the game's going for.
Right.
So the way that you run around with the guns is slightly altered in the game. It reminds me, like I was watching, it reminds me of when Modern Warfare 3 footage first came out.
Yeah.
And the thing that always fucked me up about that game is the way you run with shotguns. Do you guys know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah, where you're just fucking high in the sky with the USAS.
Like
Yep.
shotguns, because they're
Dude.
powerful guns, they just weigh 2 tons. And you
That
have to
was the
fucking
highlight.
heave 'em.
You would jump on Modern Warfare 3 with your buddy and just watch me, bro. Watch me. Look straight up and just run, fucking yeet with that shotgun. Yeah, it was awesome.
There was that Black Ops 2 glitch with the Remington, where if you were to switch weapons real fast, it looked like you were digging with the shovel.
Yeah.
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 Oh man, I hope this game has some like game-breaking glitches.
Yes, I'm
Yep.
looking forward to it.
I want it to be broken.
God
'cause that's
damn
when it's
it.
at its best.
I'm so excited.
Not actually broken, because remember World War II's launch? It was like
Oh, yeah.
unplayable for that weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was gross.
miserable. We had to play zombies the whole time because multiplayer just didn't work.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
The only time I've ever tried to play zombies, it scared the fuck out of me so bad. That it was literally the first round. Like, I'm so embarrassed. But it was the first round. And I saw, like, all the zombies running up to me.
Zombie.
And I was screaming, standing in a corner, spinning in a circle, and just shooting everything.
That's what I do when I go to work every morning. That's rough.
don't want to be here.
Like Xbox 360 days.
Yeah. The World at War campaign, like, because I didn't have internet when World at War came out, so
Mhm.
just watching Tyson play through the game, and then he unlocks the zombies mode at the end.
Yeah.
It was a shocker. For
Yeah, they didn't advertise it on the back of the case. It was a hidden thing.
Mm-hmm. There's videos on YouTube recently. I don't know if you guys have checked them out, but people are showing how Treyarch reused assets for the World at War and Black Ops Zombies maps. And basically, if you play through the zombies maps, you realize that they're campaign and multiplayer levels.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
Verrucht is it's a level in the campaign that was also turned into a multiplayer map that they also turned into a DLC map for
I,
the
for-
game.
Wow.
I forget what the mission is called for Verrucht, but there's a part where you have to run through a hospital, and that hospital is what the asylum is in Verrucht. And then,
I remember that because
Yeah.
it's one with Woods and
Correct.
you're chasing him through the building.
no,
He's all
not Woods.
World at War.
It's World at War. It's Reznov. It's World at War.
Reznov.
It's on the Russian. It's on
My
the Russian
bad.
campaign. Once everyone finally gets to like Germany, and you're
Right.
running through the city, and
So he has a PPSH at that point.
you're-
or something,
you're
right?
with
'Cause I'm trying
Reznov-
to see the scene.
okay,
'Cause
so
I know I.
you're with Reznov, and
I'm with Reznov.
you play as Dmitri, whatever his name is, and the mission starts with you hop off the train.
Right.
The mission starts, you hop off a
Right.
train, and then you go and assault this building where there's a bunch of machine gunners, and you have to snipe them out of it, and then the tanks blow up the building. You move through it, and then as you're like going through, some Russian people execute like a squad of Germans on the alley below, and then you drop to the alley below, and the tanks roll through a wall, and then you walk through and turn right, and then you walk through a
Right.
little like
Ah,
courtyard area, and then the asylum part is right there, and that
I gotta-
asylum building is where.
We gotta play that again.
Thank you, Reno Tahoe.
The air race is still going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't have the disc. Fuck, I don't have the disc.
Out there
Um,
where the air races are. I used to live out in Red Rock, and that shit was so loud. Like while I was in school and like while I was at home, it was like right
Shake your
over
house.
my house,
Right.
and it was so loud.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about in Black Ops 1, David, because a lot of the maps that they put in that game are also reused assets from
right.
the Black Ops multiplayer maps and the campaign. So like 5, do you remember the mission?
Yeah, when
It's
you go
just
to the
a story
Pentagon.
mission where you go
Yeah,
to the Pentagon and you have the
Right.
visions where you're pulling a gun
SSDD.
on JFK.
the
and
mission's
shit.
called SS. No, is it SSDD? No, that's the
I don't-
first one. I
don't
forget what it's called.
remember. But basically, they took the assets from that level and they were able to. Brandon's about to find out right now.
I don't have the disc.
But they were about to. Brandon, you made me forget. Oh, but they basically took the
Yeah.
assets from the campaign mission and they repurposed it into a multiplayer map that you unlocked after you beat the game. And the Dead Ops Arcade was fun to play. But if you go back and you play Moon, it's the you know where you start off on the portal pad before you go up to the moon.
Yeah.
That area is the same hangar from the multiplayer map Hangar 18. They just made it look completely different and they changed the
Wow.
lighting and shit like that.
That's
Oh,
fucking
wow.
funny.
But if you go and stand under the portal that takes you up to the moon, you can see the platform that crosses the B flag on the map.
Wow.
Huh.
It's pretty insane. I like what they did with it.
That's
And
wild.
it's Call of the Dead is the you know when Reznov's doing his flashback mission.
Yeah, that when they go back to there.
Call
Yeah.
of the Dead is
Based off that shit.
it's
yeah.
basically based off the ship that they were running through and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they added a lighthouse and made the map look a little bit different.
Yeah.
Shangri-La is just Shangri-La. That didn't come from anywhere. They were like, how can we make a dog shit map and then make people pay $15 for it? That's why they reused assets.
They went add a water slide and a minecart that you can ride. And it's sold.
You guys want to pack a punch? You have to get 4 of the most intelligent people on Earth with microphones to all go stand on a fucking portal or like the pressure plates across
Yeah, you
the
have
map.
to stand on those same spots.
I don't think I ever pack a punched with 4 people in the game. It was just so stupid. Oh man, I
I
don't
think
know.
I
what they
may
did.
have once, but it's such a brief
It's
memory.
It's so much better in Black Ops 3 because you have all the gobble gums where you can pack a punch your own guns just by having gobble gum.
Right.
But in Black Ops 1, it was murder trying to find a random group of 3 people to go and do literally anything with.
Fucking A.
Even with friends, it was stupid because you're like, there's always the one friend that doesn't remember where they're supposed to go. And you got to go show them where the fucking pressure plate is. You go show him where the pressure plate is. Then he goes down. So you go and pick him up. And then you go down. And then somebody's going to come off their pressure plate. And then it's round 6 and you're all dead.
Yep.
Fun
There's
stuff.
a one dude in the game chat just screaming at everybody, but alas, no one hears him. I have the shrink ray. What are you doing?
Resident Evil revealed this week. They released that Resident Evil 8 will get a third-person mode with the game.
Ooh,
You will be able to play through the story in third-person mode, kind of like Resident Evil's 4 through 6.
that's cool.
So I think that's pretty neat. They showed off the new DLC that's coming out next month, which is about his Ethan's daughter
Okay.
after the events of Resident Evil 8. I don't want to spoil it because the game is terrific. And then they also announced that which ones? 2, 3, and 7, along with 8, are coming to the Switch.
Huh.
But it's the cloud editions.
Ah,
Basically, you buy the game and you stream a cloud version of the game.
so fuck you if you have bad internet.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look.
It kind of raises the question of the Switch is now 5 years old. It already wasn't the most powerful system that when it came out. Do you think Nintendo's going to make the generational leap and try to make a more powerful system?
Mhm.
Do you think they'll try to make a more traditional home console, or do they keep riding the wave of the Switch? Because the Switch is terrific for what it is, but we're not getting powerful games from Nintendo anymore.
I don't think Nintendo has ever really strived on the powerful games. You know, they've always had the animated, like literally anime games, and then they've got Mario and that entire fucking universe of characters that they can still produce games off of. I don't think they're going anywhere too extreme.
Mario doesn't have to look graphically impressive. It just needs to be
Exactly.
a impressive game to play.
Yeah, it just needs to be fun, and they've hit the nail on that one
Mhm.
so far pretty consistently.
Yeah, like
So-
if you pop a Wii disc into a Wii U, you'll see how bad most Wii games actually kind of look. Like
Yeah.
even Wii Sports, I remember Wii Sports when I was a kid just looked terrific. But now it's like,
Really?
yeah,
Really?
it's just because it looks pixelated and dated. It's just
Okay.
it's just an older game on
Right,
a
right.
system that can put it in HD.
Yeah,
right.
the only game I had on Wii U was the one that came with the Wii U, which was the
Nintendo Land.
Mario 3D World.
Oh,
They all
That
came with
one's not
Nintendo
really
Land.
bad.
Bundled.
That one I actually liked a lot. I like a lot of the Mario games. I'm currently trying to beat the Luigi's Mansion, the new one on the Switch.
That's not Mario.
oh,
It's-
Mario's the red one.
Oh my god.
it's the
Um,
same universe.
I'm literally
Fair
on the
enough.
last world at the last spot, but there's 2 bosses that you have to beat. You have to beat the hotel owner before you beat the Boo, and I know for a fact I'm going to be able to beat the King Boo, no problem, but the hotel owner, I cannot fucking beat for some reason, and it's pissing me off, and I literally, every time I try to play it, I die like 4 times, and then I'm like, fuck this, I'm putting it down.
We watched a
YouTube it.
video on how to do it, remember? Yeah,
I
you
know.
go to the App Store and you download Yelp, right?
You go to
Right.
achievementhunter.com.
Use code Garbo.
He gave me a new horse.
Colton, what's your
Nice.
favorite Mario or game of that universe?
Super Mario World 3.
Really?
That's a very good game. Yes.
Yep.
For sure.
It holds up even right now. Like if you were to get like I wouldn't suggest using an emulator. You should buy Nintendo games because that's what Nintendo wants you to do. But if you were,
It's available on the Switch store, or it was.
yeah, I was about to say, get a copy of Mario Land 3 and it's beautiful.
For sure.
Did you said Mario Land 3, right?
Super Mario World 3.
Mario World, sorry, not Land. Land's different.
The one on the Super Nintendo, it was on
Correct.
Super Mario All-Stars.
Yeah, it was the first game to really introduce the
Okay.
idea of, hey, progress. You don't have
For
to
sure.
start it over every time you played.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
you could actually save.
Yep. It was like Zelda for the NES. Like Zelda for the NES, like saving your game.
Yeah.
What?
What the fuck?
The fuck are you talking about?
No.
Saving.
No. You got to write down a code, all right? And you got to punch in that code if you want to go back to level 6, loser.
I never,
Or your friends beat the game and they just give you the code for the last level.
Huh.
I never grew up with an NES. I always had a Sega.
I had a Sega for a little bit and then I broke it.
Yeah, I grew up. I did not get any of the newer consoles until I was almost graduated from high school, and I got a 360 like a couple years after the Xbox One came out.
It was one of the. You remember how we talked about the gross 360Es that look like Xbox Ones?
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
So it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. It was. I mean, it was
It's a rare
alright,
find.
but it was. Like before
Were they bad?
that.
No.
They were basically
Sorry.
they made the console as cheap as they possibly could, just to sell it to people that couldn't afford to get an Xbox One. It had less USB ports on the back, and they took out the optical port and one other feature from the console. I forget what it was.
Huh.
Yeah, my parents went for the cheaper version because they got me a Wii U that year too.
They didn't sell 360 Slims once the E's hit the shelves, so you could only buy an E.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, before that, all I had was an Atari and a Sega Genesis.
God damn.
And I had, oh my god, I had so many games on the Sega Genesis. There's one game that I had on the Genesis that is now worth like $80 just for the game itself, not even in the case.
Damn.
Everybody threw the cases away though. It wasn't until like PlayStation came around and they started putting them in the little jewel cases that people started keeping their game cases.
Sega.
Because they used to come in boxes, so people will go, okay, bye.
Okay.
And they would
okay.
keep the cartridges.
Right.
I can't even
Damn.
remember what it started with an X.
Box?
Xbox.
No, it was a Sega game, but it started with an X
Yeah.
and it was kind
Oh,
of
X
like
game.
Battlestar Galactica,
X.
where
Sorry.
It was just Arkanoid.
yeah, what game was it?
I don't know.
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, I always tell people, I was like, yeah, I had so many games for the GameCube. And I'm thinking back to it, I legit had like 7 games. I
Yeah.
didn't have that many. And 2 of them were NFL Street. NFL Street and NFL Street 2. And it's funny because one of the games I had for the GameCube was The Hobbit. Before people really cared about The Hobbit and the movies came out. But
Right.
now it's a very popular speedrunning game. Like there's a huge community of people that speedrun that game. And for some reason, I remember seeing it a few months ago come up in my feed and I went, what the fuck? I haven't seen this game in years.
That's crazy.
And it looks worse than I remember. I hate nostalgia.
Yeah, it's a bitch.
It's okay. I look at games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and I go, is this game just gonna look bad in 10 years? Or is it
Yeah,
gonna hold
really.
up? Yeah. I don't know. You go and play games that came out 10 years ago, like Black Ops 2, and those games still look fine. So I think we've hit a point where games are just like, they can look like this and I'll be fine. I don't really
Right.
care about it getting better from here.
Right.
I'm tired of games that are talking about how big their open world is. I'm tired of games that are like, oh, we're graphically the most impressive. Can I have a game that's fun?
Or a good
Or that
story.
works.
Something
Yeah.
that's fun to play, yeah.
Ubisoft is just the open world simulator. They're like, how big can we get these worlds and how much shit can we put in it that you don't care about?
Oh, speaking of big worlds, I hope fucking GTA 6 hits the nail.
Nah.
That'd be
GTA
fun.
6
Good luck.
are fucking...
Yeah.
Red Dead wasn't great.
Yeah, they really just shit the bed on
Red Dead was
online.
wonderful.
Red Dead
The
2 was
online.
amazing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Is the
yeah.
multiplayer.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
That's
okay,
dog
okay,
shit.
fair enough, yeah.
I remember when it launched because they did the same thing they did with 5, where they were like, here's a story, online launches a month later. I remember everybody in our friend group hopping onto online,
Yep.
There was
and there was
nothing to
not
do.
Goddamn
there was
thing.
nothing to do.
Poker?
The only thing we
No,
did,
never
there was
mind.
no
Couldn't even do
poker. No, you had to go
Yeah.
back and play the first
You could
one.
lasso each other or random people and then drag them around and then like rob stores.
Do you remember when our horses collide? I still have that game clip. It's still the funniest thing that I've ever done in that game.
The fucking schmack.
But there was like nothing to do in the game, and the updates that they put out were very promising because they were like, "Oh, you can get roles online, and you become a certain character, and you can have a role in a Western RPG."
yeah.
You know, literally a Western RPG. Hit you with the double whammy, and then just out of nowhere, they're like, "Yeah, we're done. We're working on GTA 6. Sorry." It's very disappointing. That game had a lot of potential, but because the money wasn't there like it was with GTA, they decided to move on from it. I don't know. The single player was spectacular, though.
One of the best stories I've ever fucking played in a video game.
It's long for somebody that was just trying to blow through it because they were mad that they hadn't beat it.
It has 2 epilogues.
Story was stupid long. Yeah, when you told me the epilogue had 2 parts, I thought you were messing with me.
No, there's literally epilogue part 1 and epilogue part 2.
At least the part with chapter 2 being the longest in the game was true.
Yeah.
Because I think there's 70 missions in the game, and at least 25 to 30 of them are in chapter 2 alone.
There's a hell of a ton, yeah.
Gosh, I wish you could build a house in chapter 2. It would make it a lot easier to...
One that wasn't burnt down by them goddamn O'Driscolls.
Yeah. I'm winding down on Saints Row, Colton, finally, because it's been
Yeah.
about 2 weeks since I purchased it. The side hustles in the game that you have to do, there's way too many.
Yeah, it's a grind.
Oh my, it's burning me out because I was like, oh, I have to drive toxic waste from point A to point B. Oh, I have to do that 13 times.
I did it
Cool.
about the same as you. I played for 2 weeks and I'm taking a break.
Oh man, I want to push through at least all the side stuff so that I can get away from it. But a redeeming factor of the game that I am enjoying is the community creates their own bosses that you can download, and I've found just the best. Like, what's making the game easier to play is every time I complete a mission, you just flip to a different boss. Right now I'm Billie Eilish, running around stomping on
God.
people and stealing cars and shit. Tomorrow it's gonna be Uncle Ruckus. Stomping
Wow.
nuts and stealing cars. It's fun. There's a lot of good stuff in the community. I'm glad the community in the game is giving it a lot more care than I did, because I literally just created and customized one car, and I haven't used a different car since. But yeah, I think that game is suffering from what a lot of Ubisoft games do, which is big open world. Here's a bunch of shit that doesn't really mean anything. It's just stuff to check off of a list. It doesn't feel like it's adding to the experience of the game. It just makes me want it over with. Especially the insurance fraud missions. I had to replay most of them like 2 or 3 times because it is the worst instances of insurance fraud in the Saints Row series. I don't know how they got it so wrong when it worked so well.
Yeah.
The ragdoll isn't there. There's nothing to do.
I had one where I absolutely destroyed the goal because I got stuck under the front bumper of a car and it just drug me for like 3 miles and it was well into the millions.
I was gonna say the only real way I was able to get like the high scores was I just have to find a parking lot with a bunch of cars and I just sit there and bounce off all the cars. And it just
I went to intersections.
Yeah. Well, I had a mission where no cars were spawning in the intersections. Like I had to hit a car and then as I was coming down to Earth, there'd be nobody there.
Yeah,
Some
I had
other-
to restart those ones.
Yeah, and then there's other missions where you're doing totally fine because the intersections are so crowded that everybody just stops in the middle of the intersection.
Huh.
And then you can hit 20 cars and then end it and you've won. It's very odd how they took some mechanics and just made them not work, but they made other areas of the game just flow exceptionally well. Now that I'm used to driving the cars, I think the cars in the game handle very well. Only because, like, you know, in GTA, like GTA 5 is the first game that you can control the car in the air.
Yeah.
It's not like GTA 4 where you, in GTA 4, I don't know if you remember, but if your car goes in the air,
Good
I
luck.
mean, good luck. Hopefully it doesn't flip over. Because, you know, if your car flips over in that game, you just have to get out and find a new car or get in another car and bash it back right side up. But in GTA 5, when you're in the air, you're able to use the left stick to kind of level it out where you wanted it to. Saints Row does that, but it's like times 300 the way you're able to manipulate the vehicles. And I like it. It's not realistic, but it's fun.
Yeah. All in all, pretty fun though, huh? Still, it's a nice game to go back to, and that's the what's that's what you want. You know, it's something at least fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
It's all you can ask for now, and hopefully they will continue to build on it and make it better. Some eventual DLC, I'd imagine.
Yeah, they have announced that they're going to be coming out with content, but some people are worried because you can fix the bugs in the game, but it doesn't feel like they're going to change any of the core gameplay. So it's pretty much just the core gameplay is what you're going to get. Hopefully the DLCs kind of focus more around story and doing missions than it is side missions that you really don't give a shit about.
Right.
Because that's kind of what Saints Row, if we go off of the last Saints Row game, Saints Row 4 had good story DLC missions because it was like how the Saints saved Christmas. And it just
Right.
ran you through a giant Christmas storyline, and it was fun as fuck. You actually shot your eye out.
Yeah. Hopefully they do something cool with it. I mean, who knows? A good DLC could turn the game's word around too,
Mhm.
and that would be very nice. Because you never want to see a franchise like that go down over something that's, you know, there's surely worse releases out there in the industry currently that have produced far more disappointment than this. They put out a game that works. There's no extreme, from what I've heard, there's no extreme game breaking glitches. There's the occasional mission restart, sure. But is there something of note?
Man,
He took a
Colton,
breath.
Colton didn't experience as many game-breaking bugs as I did, but the amount of times I've had to restart my game has made it extremely frustrating to play.
Okay.
Glitches.
I had three
You had
three
three?
instances.
Oh man, I've had at least 7. And most of them were just the mission breaking. And even if I restarted the mission and aborted the mission, the problem was still there.
Huh.
The big one that I had was in one of the final missions of the game, you're flying a VTOL.
Yeah.
And when you're in just hover mode versus fly mode, hover mode was zoomed in like 600 times. So I
Yeah.
couldn't see anything that was going on, but when I switched to fly mode, the camera would go back to normal. I aborted the mission, replayed the entire mission up until that point, and the same thing was happening. The only thing that fixed it was crashing the game. So I had to play the ending mission of the game 3 times up until the VTOL part.
I think I was there for that one. I remember that.
Annoying. It was stupid. I hated it.
Yeah, that's pretty big rip.
Only because you have to restart it and you don't feel like it. Like if you want to restart it, that's fine.
Right.
I had the camera glitch like that happen with cars a few times, but all I had to do was get out of the car and get back in, and it fixed itself.
Yeah, sometimes it fixes itself, but a lot of time I've had to crash the game.
Yeah.
Like I've had problems where I was in a story mission and I wasn't able to use my guns or jump or do anything. Like I could move around, but every action button on my controller just didn't work. So I
That's
restarted
weird.
the mission, didn't work. I aborted the mission, went back out in the open world, and it still didn't work. I couldn't even get into cars. I could just run around.
Weird.
That was it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I've had that happen 3 times. So I've had to crash the game and reopen it whenever that happens.
Okay.
And I heard it was an Xbox One X issue, and that's clearly not the case.
Right.
Yeah, because I've got a. Well, no, I was playing it on Series X.
Yeah, we both played it on Series.
Yeah.
And I've heard that some PlayStation people are also encountering the issue. So when they fix the bugs, it'll definitely be playable, and the experience is still there.
Y'all got bugs in your games?
Yeah, I thought the story was cool. Like the ending of the game takes you through like a dreamscape, and it's pretty fucking funny.
For sure.
The game is silly.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you want.
Yeah.
That's what you're playing Saints Row for.
Mm-hmm.
Not for the purple jackets?
Fuck the purple
Christian
jackets.
community just didn't understand. Imagine
Sorry.
buying that kid a game for your kid. You're like, oh, Saints Row, how holy. Oh, he's gonna
Wow.
love this, Frederick, because I named my kid Frederick. You know?
We call him Freddy for short, even though it's
They
a
made a
single amount of
movie for him.
syllables.
For
Oh, yeah, okay, thank you.
Freddy. Okay.
Fred? Like
Yeah,
John
no,
Cena's
Freddy.
son?
Yeah, John Cena is dead.
No, Freddy.
Oh my god, it's
Freddy
Weezer.
Krueger?
No, Freddy gets a something.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Freddy
a
gets.
phalange.
He gets
No.
a phalange in his flanger.
Colton knows.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
Yes.
Hey, I've seen that one.
Look at me, Daddy. I'm a farmer.
Only farmers.
Speaking of PlayStation and Xbox, though, so their deal is getting like reviewed all over the world right now, and I think it's in South America or Brazil. But
The UK is
Sony's
challenging it.
the
as
UK. Okay, I think it's either one of those locations, but Sony's pleading their case in stating that Xbox taking Activision under their name creates a huge advantage for Xbox and like disadvantage for PlayStation, and
That is true.
it is true to an extent. Yeah,
Unbiased opinion to the side, that is true.
I think so as well. But you know,
No, PlayStation just needs to buy EA. Problem solved.
They don't have the capital to do that. Sony
They
will,
Yes, they do.
Sony will not buy EA.
They could use some of their capital from their television division.
Yeah. Sony doesn't make nearly as much money as Microsoft does. Because EA will look at the Activision deal and say, okay, but we sell this much money in MUT points for FIFA and Madden, and then they'll take all the other properties and add up the cost of the games and the potential that they can make from microtransactions.
holy
Because
shit.
I'm pretty sure EA's business plan at this point is microtransactions, because that's how they're making all their money. That's how Fortnite makes all their money.
Right,
Fortnite's a game.
right.
And Fortnite used that money to open the Epic Games launcher so that they can take more money for sales that they make on that platform.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting to watch what's going on between
But-
those two.
But Colton is right. If PlayStation were to say, like, put their dick on the table and be like, all right, we're in charge now, they would buy EA and put all the sports games on PlayStation.
Yep.
That would absolutely leverage Xbox into going, oh, we made a mistake. we forced Sony to make a big move.
Huh, that'd be interesting. Well, Xbox has kind of been consistent on their say they won't take Activision completely away from PlayStation. That's kind
In
of
the
been in their
foreseeable
writing.
future.
Right, yeah.
It said all new releases going forward, I believe, were going to be Xbox exclusives after they released their current set.
Sony
Okay.
has a problem with the language that Microsoft is using when they tell the courts that, because they go, oh, well, we're going to honor existing contracts and we intend for these games to come out multi-platform for the foreseeable future. And Sony's all like, they're not telling you how long. They're telling you in the future, but they're not saying how long they're going to do it for. It could be like 2 years after their current contracts run out, and then in 2025 they just go, oh, yoink, all Xbox.
And that was what Sony said too.
Yep.
They want in writing that Xbox is going to honor all contracts for the foreseeable future, but forever. Like they worded it somewhere along those lines. You know, it was for the future, but forever.
Yeah.
They want to see that in writing. So it'll
Because
be
Sony is scared. They're like, if like say Call of Duty gets pulled from PlayStation, that's huge. That's huge. You won't be able to play Call of Duty on a PlayStation.
yeah, that's
That's insane. Like that sounds crazy out loud.
but that's got to be an insane revenue drop for Microsoft.
Yes, because they'll lose all the sales to people that just refuse to purchase anything outside of a PlayStation. Because I know people that only play PlayStation.
Of course, yeah.
They don't have a PC. They don't buy Xboxes. They're just like, I have my PlayStation and I'm vibing. And if they don't have the game on the PlayStation, then that's just not a game they'll play.
It goes
Right.
the other way though too. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of people who only play Xbox or a lot of people who only play PC.
Xbox.
You know what's funny though? You can still buy Xboxes. You can't buy PlayStations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just mentioned in the group chat earlier, there are Series X's in Reno that you can go in store and purchase.
Yeah.
It's becoming more
Yeah,
common
that's,
to
like,
find a Series
not-
X.
PlayStation 5s are so hard to find.
I've never seen a PlayStation 5 in a store.
No.
Not even a display
No.
model.
Not
They
at
don't even
all.
have display models because they sold them all because they know they can sell them all.
Those things are
Yeah.
way too big.
They are
They're
fucking
huge.
monsters.
They're massive.
But
Like they're literally bigger than my TV.
Xbox is also playing the choice game. They could also make these games multi-platform.
Yeah.
But what they could also do is have everything Activision come out day one for Game Pass, and then all these PlayStation people are looking at their games and going, "Oh man, we could be getting all the Call of Duties
for
for
15
free
bucks a
at
month.
launch, along with every other Activision title." If you look at the full schedule like the calendar of games that come out under Activision every year, Activision puts out a shitload of games.
Really?
There's a reason that Microsoft was able to purchase them for near $70 billion. Activision, somebody come up with something. I'm gonna look up all Activision games.
Well, that's
that have
really
come out this year.
interesting because, yeah,
I
you know,
was
you
still
really.
trying to Google that game.
Did you ever find it?
No. I
Oh,
think it
fuck.
either starts with an X or a T.
X or a T.
And
Well, for Sega games, you're not going to. Or I'm not going to be guessing any of them.
I know that it had like something that looked like an eyeball on the front of it.
Mm-hmm.
That might have been a developer
I showed
company or
Cyrus
something.
at Captain Games when we went there.
Well,
But it was like, it's literally so expensive
huh.
for a Sega game. Like, because we got Sonic the Hedgehog 1, which is like a super popular game for the Genesis. And that one was only like $12.
Yeah.
Whereas this game is like
freaking
$80
Yeah.
without
It
the
all
case
depends on
it.
how many copies of the game were printed or how many still exist.
Yeah.
Correct. That's what adds to the rarity. Also, it's
There's
how
there's a
much
game
money it
called
is.
Earthbound for the Super Nintendo that's worth hundreds of
It's
dollars.
worth like $400 for a cartridge of that game
Wow.
because it didn't sell. It was basically a cult hit here in the States.
Yeah.
It's based off of the Mother series in Japan.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
And basically, America never got Mother, but when they got Mother 2, they renamed it to Earthbound. So Earthbound is the second game in the Mother series.
Okay.
Yes.
Not many people bought it here in the States, and it was popular enough for Ness to be a Smash Brothers character in the N64 version of the game.
Okay.
But it took off in the mid 2000s, I would say. And Earthbound is just, you can now get it on the Wii U marketplace if you have a Wii U,
For sure.
which
So
is
it's still
probably
around.
rarer than Earthbound. So I don't know.
It's also
You can get-
available on the Super Nintendo Classic.
You can get every game on the Nintendo 64 for $30,000.
Mm-hmm. Oh man,
Worth it.
The question is how many of them are clones?
Huh.
That's true. I don't know. It's on eBay.
Yeah, clone cartridges are so prevalent, buying a lot that large, chances are you're going to end up with a very large quantity of clone games.
Mm-hmm.
maybe Activision didn't publish as many games as I thought. Oh no, never mind. I'm
I
looking
did
through.
have Aladdin on the Sega Genesis, and I played
Prince
that.
That's pretty cool.
of
I had every single Sonic game.
Sonic was fun.
It was so fun. I could not. So, in the first one, after the lava zone, there was like the casino zone,
Yeah.
and I like that one I could not finish. Or no, I finished it one time, and after that there was like a jungle zone, and that one I couldn't beat. And then on the second one, it was the Green Hill Zone, and then which is the same as the first game, and then it's like I think it's called Chemical Zone.
Oh my god, with the water?
Yeah.
Yes, fuck that level.
Fuck.
Fuck that level.
I cannot get past that one, and it's so.
Yeah,
I played that game my entire childhood, and I have never been able to beat that zone.
I beat it like twice, and then whenever I beat it, I was like, cool. Beat the save. Don't have to play the game again. Fuck.
So Activision has published obviously every Call of Duty game, but they're also responsible for the Crash, the Reignited trilogy, Crash Team Racing, the new Crash 4 that came out.
What about
They
the
have
crash of the stock
Spyro.
market?
They have Spyro under the belt, Skylanders, and they release a bunch of often on games. I don't know how you would explain it, but they also have Marvel Ultimate Alliance under their belt
Okay.
because they published the first two. They basically, it's not about the games that they publish, but it's about the power of Activision going, hey, look at the catalog of games that we've published.
Right.
We want your license to publish a game, and we want money, but we'll give you money, but we want money.
Right.
And now Activision has the brand power of, hey, we're Xbox, we have Game Pass, and we're Activision.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty fucking nuts.
And also, if you sell a game on PlayStation now, it's going to have a huge Microsoft Xbox logo at the beginning of the game.
Mike, what
Ow.
up?
This is what the Genesis I have looks like.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think I have one of those somewhere around the house. I just don't think I have
Yeah,
any more
mine
cards.
barely works. Same with my N64. It only works for certain games.
Yeah.
And even the games that it plays, at least on my N64, is it's called, oh, I found it.
What is it?
Truxton?
That's not an X.
I told you it
Truxton.
started with either a T or an X.
I've never heard of Truxton. That sounds...
How long have we been going for?
This is
Hour 20.
365 years.
Truxton.
Again.
Huh.
this is the game. It was worth $80 at Captain Games without the case.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the Xbox Activision deal. If they do get it, that's going to be insane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to be, hopefully they do honor the deal with Sony and just, yeah, we'll continue producing for Sony as long as they want it and just
Correct.
cooperate with them because I want it day one on Game Pass.
Fucking A.
I'm a greedy consumer and I don't want to spend money. Put it on Game Pass.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. Game Pass is still improving on their library too. They're consistently adding games that catch eyes.
They add
Yep.
more games than they remove them now.
Yeah.
That's actually genuinely impressive because I see that Red Dead Redemption 2 is leaving PlayStation's
No way.
service
Huh.
Bunch of dumbasses.
because that was one of their selling points to get the PlayStation collection was because they were like, hey,
PlayStation
you can-
Plus.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, now you can play Red Dead on here, and now they're like, oh no Red Dead, the GTA's gone.
My
Interesting.
But
favorite
Xbox has all of these games, and even with the revolving door of we're taking games away, like you said, for every game they're taking away, it feels like they're adding 8 more.
There
Yeah.
are 2 specific games that are only on PlayStation that I absolutely love. And that is Beyond Two Souls and why am I blanking? What's the other one?
What kind of game is it?
It's like Beyond Two Souls where you have to choose. It's by the same people who made Man of Medan.
Oh, I don't know any of those
It
ones.
has an hourglass on the picture.
Oh,
of
the same ones that made Man of Madonna.
It's about Wendigo.
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn. Thank you. That game I've played 3 times, and every single time I've gotten a different ending. And that's what I love is games that you
Can play differently
can
each
play
time.
differently each time.
Yeah.
Every decision that you make changes the ending.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's immersive. It makes you feel involved in it and being able to change the story and manipulate the course.
Life is Strange
Yeah.
and Man of Medan and literally all of those games. There was this one game that I played a little bit of where it was I can't remember the name of it. You'll probably remember the name of it, Cyrus. But it was about those twins where one of them's trans and they're trying to figure out what happened to their mom.
Oh, tell me why.
Yeah, I remember you playing that when you
Yeah.
lived with me.
Suck.
Yeah.
It was like they took the formula, it's not the story, it was just they took the formula of what works with Telltale games
Yeah.
and they just dulled it down.
Yeah.
but it's more of a story experience. I think I just hated the game because I was expecting more of a Telltale.
It was a
game.
lot
I
of
just-
pay to play too, because I remember she finished the first part of it and she was like, "What the fuck? I can't keep going."
No,
Like,
it's all on Game Pass. You have to go to the
Yeah.
store and download it.
well, before when it first came out of it, I'm pretty sure when she was
It was
No,
only
because
the first
it's-
part that was
It
on.
tells you have to buy it, but if
Game
you go to the
Pass.
store, it's free.
my God.
we never did that.
So
yeah,
I can finish
you,
that then.
you probably could have. We
if I can
fuck.
get an Xbox.
Yeah, they set that up terribly. I don't know how that worked. I don't know why they didn't just give you all 3 episodes to download
Right.
within
Yeah,
Game Pass.
because Sierra
'Cause I
called me
played the
in and
first
she was like,
episode.
"Wait, can I not play this?" And I was like, "Well, it says you have to buy it. Probably just like other games. It's like other Telltale games. You can have the first episode for free, but then you pay for the rest." Fuck, if
The
we had known
ending to
you
that
could pay
game
for
was
it.
just, I don't know. It felt
I
like a
didn't get
waste
to
of
the
time.
ending because
I'm not gonna-
I only was able to play
I'm not
the
going to
first
spoil the
episode,
ending, but the problem with the ending is that it was like they keep hinting around why their mother died.
They told them why.
Yeah, it's like I want to know, and it's basically the whole game is a 3-part series of them trying to investigate why, and then in the last part they're like, "Oh, is that why?" Oh, well, anyway,
Fucking A.
like it had no impact. It was like, why did we?
We went
Why'd
through
we
all
go on
of
this adventure? This was meaningless.
This was meaningless because because the
the
game.
only thing I like about that game is that when you're with the whatever character you're playing, when you're with the twin, you can see like past memories, like repressed memories,
Okay.
and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, because
Fucking
it lets you play in the past.
Right.
But the problem in the game is that it's like the main storyline is so inconsequential compared to all of the side interactions that you have with the characters.
Right.
It feels like the interactions you have with the characters and some of the side stuff that you do and the conversations that you have are genuinely 100 times more interesting than the main storyline.
No, because the characters kind of piss me off sometimes with their reactions to things.
Oh no! Huh? What? Like how
Okay, but,
NPCs
like-
react.
I have a
You
ponytail.
Have you played shit. It's called something Rain. Heavy Rain.
Jason.
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 Heard of
Jason. Jason.
Square to Jason.
Press X to Jason.
They do that, and then
Or yeah, I was press X to Jason.
you've
that's what it was.
probably seen the viral video of the Sean.
Jason?
Sean.
Oh yeah, it was Sean. That was it.
Jason.
Well, because at
that was
the beginning, he like loses his first son in a mall,
Jason.
and he's going around the mall, and he's Jason,
Jason.
Jason, Jason,
Meine Sohn?
and it's like kind of fucking funny.
Yeah, I was about to say that game's so just out there. It's kind of funny and it is entertaining to play.
I just want Ratchet and Clank on Steam. That's all I want.
Eventually. When Rift Apart hits Steam, I can't wait to play it in 720p
However-
gloriousness.
Beyond Two Souls and Until Dawn are fan-fucking-tastic.
You should
They're
play Paw Patrol.
amazing. Oh my god.
It's got story.
Or Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig's got story.
It just doesn't have
It
atmosphere.
doesn't lie about what it wants to be, alright?
But about an hour and a half.
The nut's stuck. Stuck.
Peppa Pig's also
Unstuck
on
the
Game
nut.
Pass. So,
Unsuck the nut.
Oh
there's
my
a
God.
Series X
You
version.
cannot unsuck the nut.
4K. 4K suck nut.
Suck nut.
Ligma.
What's that?
Like my balls.
Fucking
Like that video
Fucking
we
hell.
watched last night. Fucking the middle schooler who never brings his backpack on Churdleys.
Como?
This isn't a Weezer reference.
He's like trying to hit on the teacher. And he-
Wait, Weezer?
the
Are those the homies
Trevor-
dissing the girl?
no, the one that we played last night, the Trevor
Wallace.
Wallace video.
What's with these homies dissing my girl?
They got me
Why
so
do they
ignorant.
got up right?
Those guys make some funny fucking videos.
Churdleys is hilarious.
Remember Kasim G?
Cobain?
Remember Kermit the Frog?
Suicide?
Kermit
Yeah,
the
he plays
Frog.
quarterback.
Kermit.
For the Chiefs.
Suicide.
I can't do a Kermit voice.
Come here, frog here. Here, my ass.
Kermit the Holocaust here.
The only voice I can do is Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge.
The president's wife?
No, that's George Bush.
Stifler's mom.
Stifler's mom. Oh God.
You're welcome.
Stifler's mom.
have to,
It's
like-
got
I
it
thought it was
going
President
on.
Calvin
You
Coolidge.
have to like
You're
push
President
from your
Calvin
stomach,
Coolidge?
and you go,
No?
oh my god.
My favorite president is James A. Garfield
Yeah? Why's that?
because his name's James A. Garfield.
Yeah?
It's like
It's like a Garfield.
I don't know. The most forgettable president has to be Tyler Polk because everyone forgets that Tyler Polk was the president.
Who?
Jefferson
When?
Airplane.
Teddy Roosevelt?
If he wasn't on a dollar bill, I don't give a fuck.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah,
Teddy
well, there's
Roosevelt's
45
face
mistakes in
should have
that
been
case.
on the
Dead
$100.
president.
Teddy Roosevelt's face should have been on the $100 because he would have fucking beat the shit out of whoever made the decision to put his
I
face
do
on a
not think
mountain.
Benjamin Franklin
Because
should have
Benjamin
been
Franklin
on
flew a
any
kite.
bill.
All right, and a kite's worth 100 in the bush.
Yeah.
Fuck Benjamin
Yep.
Franklin.
Well, I'm
He's
just
got
saying,
about he's worth about 100 Washington.
Roosevelt's one of the ones on Rushmore, right?
Sure.
Yes.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Yes.
It's Washington, Lincoln.
No, it's
Lepetamain.
Washington, Lincoln,
Lincoln.
Pokimane,
the third
Fuck.
president.
XQC.
Oh no.
And it's Roosevelt,
You got the
right?
Blazing
Teddy
Saddle
Roosevelt
reference
is
right,
not the
David?
third president.
Yeah, I got
No, he's
that,
not the
and
third
then he
president,
made
he's the
away with
third
the
face on
fucking
Rushmore.
YouTubers.
We went anemic.
Because it's Washington on the left, Abraham
I
on
got
the
that.
right, and I'm pretty sure Roosevelt's
you
next to
have-
Abraham.
Whoever's
The nickel
on
guy.
The nickel.
The Nickelback.
It's actually just a giant nickel up there on the rock.
Let me check real quick.
Nickelback
But-
on the Rock. You know they made a
Jefferson.
new
Thomas
song.
Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
Yes.
But
Such a
the
cop-out.
fact that Teddy Roosevelt's
Let's have
face
two
is on a
different
mountain
conversations
like
right
that,
now.
and it
My problem with
disgraced a
the song
fucking.
is that it had a different intro.
Sorry.
Oh, we had two different
Mount
conversations.
Rushmore
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of the point.
fucking
Yeah,
sucks.
it's
But it was
okay.
like super heavy,
Yeah, it was weird.
and then the rest of the song doesn't quite live up to it.
I don't know what they're doing. Anyways,
It was a cop out. It was a TikTok trend.
it was a TikTok trend. They're TikTok twits.
Assholes.
I'll still listen to
I
it, though.
feel like
Song's
a
not
lot
even
of
that
the
great.
songs on TikTok, they have that one good part that's on TikTok, and then you try to listen to the song
what's your
because
favorite
you think
Nickelback
it's gonna
song?
be good.
TikTok tetanus.
And no,
Tetanus?
for real.
Everyone cared,
TikTok tetanus.
and
No, for
nobody
real.
cried.
It's like
Is that a
there's
generational
always
thing?
that one good
No.
part. There's always that one good
kids have
part of the
TikTok
song
tetanus.
on
just a
TikTok,
corn
and then you go
problem.
to listen to that song, and it's
You have
shit.
tetanus?
I don't know. The
I
TikTok.
don't have TikTok. I
All
don't
of
know.
the
TikTok
shot?
tetanus.
The TikTok tetanus shot?
I got it
Tetanus?
like 7 years
tetanus?
ago. It's
I
probably
just-
due for another one.
I just
I
like
step on nails all the time.
You
No,
need
dude,
tetanus shots
the last
every
time
10 years.
I got a tetanus shot was
That's fair.
when we
a good
had
number.
to be able to go into the 7th grade.
You guys ever seen The Lighthouse?
Bro, it was in my ass cheek and it got hard.
The Lighthouse?
It was really weird.
It
I
did or
couldn't
you did?
sit on it.
The Lighthouse is pretty big.
Wait,
Lighthouse coffee? Are you talking about Lighthouse coffee?
no.
Brandon's talking about how David's talking about how he got erect when he got his Tdap shot.
No,
was him
he's
or the
talking
doctor?
about
Did you go
my
after 4 hours, like to the hospital or like see a doctor? But not like Dr. Pepper. Like,
oh my god.
Phil?
Phil?
Dr. Phil can definitely fix that lump
Dr.
on your
Strange?
ass.
Dr. Phil just wants to look at my ass. He's not going to fix the lump.
Hi, I'm Dr. Oz, and this is
I'm
tell you-
gonna throw rocks through your window, you dumb whore.
I hate you. I want you dead. I'm gonna kill you. Give me $20.
Fucking, that guy has been the hero of our
Drink
childhood.
a Dr. Pepper. Take a perk 30.
Dr. Phil
Stay
is
Ligma.
corrupt as fuck.
It
And the
doesn't matter.
place
It's
that he's-
entertaining.
I know, but the place that he
I
sends those
hate
fucking
you.
kids is horrible.
He doesn't
Well, the
send
kids are horrible
anywhere.
already.
Okay, but so if you look at
Yeah, have you met
That's-
the kids? Oh man,
If
I'd
you
kick them
look-
if I saw them.
if you look at Bad Baby, Danielle Bergoli,
Yeah.
she is actually a good fucking human being, and
Did you meet her?
She literally, you need to look up what she's been doing, but she
Created an OnlyFans when she turned 18.
She has a
for
grill, right?
money. She's
For
smart.
money. That's the point.
No, I understand that, but she has a scholarship out for underprivileged kids and minorities and everything like that, and she's working on helping the public.
That's good.
And she has spoken up about the ranch that Dr. Phil sends them to, and it's horrible. The shit that they put those kids through is absolutely horrible.
Yeah. it's
I'd
gotta be.
imagine, yeah.
Like, I understand taking delinquent kids and putting them in a place where they can work on their issues, but this doesn't help them work on their issues. It works them like they're in a fucking concentration camp. Like,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
We should just give a monster and some drywall.
Yeah, that's kind of like the just millennial Tylenol, if you would.
Millennial Tylenol.
Yeah.
Tylenol doesn't do shit.
Hi, my name's Kyle. My dad sucks.
See this guitar? I'm gonna take it to that wall.
Dad didn't buy milk, so I have to pour Monster on my oats.
It's a free cereal that goes with Monster. Free fruits.
Fruit Loops and fucking
Fruits.
You didn't come back with the milk.
Fruit Loops and Venom Energy.
Dude, Venom is so cheap, though. It's like $1.
Yeah.
So is Monster. Monster's cheap as hell.
Monster's
It's a
cheaper
brand.
than
It's like
Red
Apple.
Bull, but I like Red Bull.
If you don't want your stomach to hurt, you can drink Gamer Subs.
Gamer Subs.
I need
Not
to
a
drink
sponsor.
more.
Not a sponsor. They don't sponsor
Not a
us.
sponsor yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know you're listening.
Yeah, just
You know they
Yeah.
have an emotional damage flavor now?
we have been
Emotional
yeah.
damage.
Yeah. It doesn't even like I'll try to look around on the website to see what it tastes like, but it's like guacamole gamer fart. It just doesn't tell you what it tastes like.
Yeah, we got some of that too. You want to try?
Guacamole.
It's at my house.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll try it eventually then. But I've tried some of the flavors. I don't even know which flavors I tried, but I know I've tried some of the flavors. And
Not
they're
the pineapple.
Really good.
Who lives
Definitely
in a
not the
pineapple
pineapple
under a
'cause the bitch allergic, but
Well, it's not made with pineapple. I don't know what you're worried about.
oh, it doesn't.
Is it artificial?
Yeah, it's all artificial.
Okay, then
for
I could
sure.
try it, but
Under a pineapple. Under
That's
a
just powdered
pineapple.
chemical.
Yeah.
powdered chemical like cocaine.
It's organic though.
Organic powdered chemical.
Yeah, organic.
Yeah, just gotta say, that's what
Organic
dirt
powdered
is.
chemical, so not cocaine. Oh my god, that just reminds me. There was this one
Lidocaine.
time when I was 5 years old. There was this kid named Trey who lived in my neighborhood, and
had a baseball
he
game?
like had a thing
Yeah, baseball game.
basketball.
Baseball
Um,
game.
But he like had
Basketball.
a thing for my sister, and we made him drink mud.
We're gonna stop
because
you there.
we thought that it was.
That's a crime.
I have a worse
We
story.
told him it was chocolate milk.
Hey, Brandon, I don't want to hear your story, Brandon. I really don't want to hear your story.
But
think I know
We're
the
talking about
story.
cheap energy.
Everyone
drinks. We're
knows
not like
the
that.
story,
Yeah.
and we're talking about cheap energy drinks.
We
They
went.
know
We
the
went.
story.
Hey, we went over this last week. I don't want to hear about it again.
Don't fucking have your mom remind me about it at your fucking next party.
What do you mean, my mom?
At your graduation party, I walked into your party and your mom went, "We got Sharpies for the cups that we can write our names on it because I heard you had a bad story about that."
Yeah, I told her that. That was my problem.
Oh no.
Yeah, so
love
what happened with
Aaron
that
so
was
much.
because I saw the Sharpie and I threw it down. My mom went, "Why is there a Sharpie?" I went, "For Brandon."
Oh fuck. That's rough.
So she took it seriously like it was a big issue. And I was like, "No, it was just I was poking fun at
She
Brandon."
was
Dude,
just
I
caring.
walked in. I was like, do you know about that?"
She probably saw
pretty
David
sure that
outside and was like, "I think I talked to the wrong person."
I thought
It was
about
in
that
good
the other.
intention.
I thought about that the other night just for some reason, and I'm pretty sure that's the night that I met Graceland.
Yeah, I think so.
Because Graceland was hanging out with us, and you were driving us back home, and I was just fucked up. And she was sitting next to me in the middle seat of the car, and I was just kept going, "Dude, I'm sorry you had to meet me like this. I'm sorry. I'm not like this. I normally don't drink."
Oh my
that-
god. No,
That's
literally,
like that's a pastime. Like you
Literally,
crack open a
the
Coke
night-
can.
the night that I met
Oh no.
the night that I met my best friend, I was drunk. I was so drunk, and they literally asked me to be their bridesmaid. The day that I met them, I love them so much. Their name is Gray. No, they're a great person, but literally the night that I met them, I was very drunk, and I guess they just could feel the connection, I guess.
Just
but
fucking
like
clicked, yeah.
they straight up asked me while I was drunk to be their bridesmaid, and I'm like, oh my god, fuck yeah. And I was their bridesmaid, and we've been friends ever since. So
Hell yeah.
We're at about minute 40 or
Yeah, we
minute
should have
40,
ended
hour
minute
40.
40,
We
yeah.
should have ended like half an hour ago.
Well, yeah, we should probably wrap it up because We still need to do that Madden game.
All right. That's
Some
the
Madden?
Cop Bros podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks all for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you,
Bye, Oscar.
Sierra,
Next time.
for our
I
guest
hear
this week.
Oscar, he's got his foot out.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me
waiting.
on this
He's pooping.
podcast.
Yeah. Well, no,
Yep.
he's half.
Yeah, thanks
halfway
for
at the bathroom.
coming.
Yeah, we didn't mention at the start of the show, but Oscar he ate Taco Bell before he showed up.
dummy ate.
So
Mhm.
yeah. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in.
Why did
You
you
know our socials. It's in the comments. Yeah.
Yeah, keep an eye
called-
out for the championship.
Yep. The championship, Cyrus versus Brandon, is
From
coming out this
Madden
Wednesday.
Street.
Madden Street.
Madden Street is not
Oh.
a game. Fuck, Brandon, fuck off.
It's a lifestyle, Brandon.
It's not a game. No such thing.
Sorry,
I hope
Madden
you get your
NFL
ass
Street is
kicked.
You
not
said Madden. Stop calling it
NFL
that.
Street
Thank you.
NFL Street.
Madden NFL Street.
is not a game.
Damn it.
That's no. He was simply naming my team in the fantasy league.
There you go.
Guys, nobody listening gets what we're talking about. Just end it.
Okay.
Goodbye.
All right. Good
Hey,
night,
guys.
everybody.
So this is the
Either
Cobb Bros podcast.